Good morning, students. Today we shall discuss about an essential of education. This chapter was written by Sir Richard Livingstone. Sir Richard Livingstone says that an educated man should know what is first rate in those activities which spring from the creative and intellectual faculties of human nature, such as literature, art, architecture, and music. I should like to add science and philosophy, but in these two subjects it is difficult for any but the expert to estimate quality, and many educated people have not the close knowledge necessary to judge work in them. On the other hand, everyone has close and daily contact with the other four. Architecture surrounds him in every city. Literature meets him on every bookstall. Music assails his ears on his instrument and from every jukebox, and art in its aspect of form and color is a part of daily life. The architecture may often be bad, the literature and music often puerile, the art often undeserving of the name, but that is all the more reason why we should be able, all of them, to distinguish good from bad, to judge by the literature offered us in the hotel book stands and by most of the music played on piano. We might be more discriminating in these fields than we are. If it be said that music and art and literature are not essentials of life but its frills, I would reply that if so, it is curious that they are among the few immortal things in the world, and that should a man wish to be remembered 2000 years, is the only certain way is to write a great poem or book, compose a great symphony, paint a great picture, carve a great sculpture, or build a great buildings. If you have any doubts about this, consider why long dead people like Plato and Shakespeare, Michelangelo and Raphael, Ignace and Bramantine are remembered today because of their arts. I have argued that no one has a right to feel himself now what is first rate in his daily occupation. In every profession, there is first rate. First rate means you should have a specialization in a particular area, that is first rate. And in those fields where the creative and intellectual power of man are revealed, you can say first rate is a combination of creativity and intellectual power. But there is another job much more, teaching or nursing or business or medicine, in which concern the job of living, and there surely as much as in any other pursuit we need to know what is first rate. Is not our education very pursuit? We need to know what is first rate. Is no incomplete if we do not know what is excellent in human nature. If in that field we are taken in by second rate, shoddy stuff. Hereon is far less successful than in medicine or engineering or the science. We need clearer standards, or to put it more simply, we need have a clearer idea about the distinction between first rate and second, between good or bad. The foremost question is, we should have clear-cut concept about first rate. What we want to do, how we want to do, what are the options, what are the barriers, and how can we achieve the first rate. Our age contains a great deal of good, as much perhaps as any age, but I doubt if there has ever been an age in which good and bad were so mixed together, and the public as a whole so lacking in standards by which to distinguish them. Our standards should be crystal clear. The tares grow with the wheat, and the difference between wheat and tares escapes notice. If anyone thinks that I am exaggerating, let him look at our claims and even more at our advertisements, our instruments, at many of our newspapers. Those responsible for some of these do far more harm than any murderer. For the films, the media, the press are among the chief influences which form the public view, impressing on it the view of life which they embody. But where does one learn what is first rate? The only way to learn it is to meet it. A medical student will learn something from seeing a great surgeon in the operating theatre or great doctor in the hospital wards, which all the textbooks in the world cannot tell him. If anyone wishes to know how to teach, let him go and see a great teacher in the classroom. If he wishes to know what good painting or good banking is, let him search out the best examples he can find in them. In any field, the only way to learn what is first rate is to see it. And the same surely is true in life. If we wish to know what the good life is, we must make the acquaintance, if possible, keep the company of those who have known its meaning, and better still, those who have lived it. So the writer has emphasized on the first rate. So we must focus on first rate. Thank you.